सा च अपि पाण्डवेय सिन्धुसौवीरपतिः तत्र जिज्ञासायां सम्यक् श्रद्धाया अधिकृत अधिकारः हृदयग्रन्थि तत् हृदयग्रन्थि मोचनं द्विजवचः आश्रित्य बहुयोगग्रन्थसमत्तं त्वरया अवरुह्य शिरसा पादमूलम् उपसृतः क्षमापयन् विगतनिर्पदेवस्मयः उवाच स चापि पाण्डवय सिन्धुसौवीरपतिः तत्त्वजिज्ञासायां सम्यक् श्रद्धाया अधिकृत अधिकारस्तात् दीर्घाय ग्रन्थिमोचनं द्विजोवाच आश्रित्य बहुयोगग्रन्थसमत्तं त्वरया अवरुह्य शिरसा पादमूलम् उपसृत क्षमापयन् विगतनिर्पदेवस्मय उवाच स ही महाराज रघुगण च जय श्री राधा मदन मोहन की जय अपि indeed Pandavaya, who best of the Pandu dynasty, Maharaj Parikshit, Sindhu Sauvirapatihi, king of the states known as Sindhu and Sauvira, Tattva Jigyasayam, in the matter of inquiring about absolute truth, Samyak Sadhaya, by faith consisting of complete control of the senses and the mind, Adhikrita Adhikaraha, who attain the proper qualification, thought that Hridaya Granthi, the knot of the false conception within the heart, Mochanam, which eradicates, Rijjavachaha, the word of the Brahmana, Jadabharat, Ashrutya, hearing, Bahu Yoga Grantha Samattam, approved by yogic process and the scriptures. Toraya, very hastily. Avaruiha, getting down from the palanquin. Tirasa, by his head. Padamulam, at the lotus feet. Upasrista, falling down flat to offer obeisances. Khyamapayan, obtaining pardon for his offense. Vigata Nirpa Devasmaya, giving up the false pride of being the king and therefore being worshipable. Ubacha, translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Sukadev Goswami continued, O best of Pandu dynasty Maharaj Parikshit, the king of the Sindhu and Sauvira states, Maharaj Rahugana had great faith in discussion of absolute truth. Being thus qualified, he had from the Jadabharat, that philosophical presentation which is approved by all scripture on the mystic yoga process, and which slackens the knot in the heart. His material conception himself as a king was thus destroyed. He immediately descended from his palanquin, fell flat on the ground with his head at the lotus feet of Jadabharat, in such a way that he might be excused for his insulting word against the great Brahmana. He then prayed as follows. Please respond. Sukadev Goswami continued, O best of the Pandu dynasty, Maharaj Parikshit, the king of the Sindhu and Sauvira states, Maharaj Rahugana, have great faith in discussion of absolute truth. Being thus qualified, he heard from Jadabharat that philosophical presentation, which is approved by all scripture, on the mystic yoga process, and which slackens the knot in the heart. His material conception of himself as a king was thus destroyed. He immediately descended from his palanquin and fell flat on the ground with his head at the lotus feet of Jadabharat, in such a way that he might be excused for his insulting words against the great Brahmana. He then prayed as follows. Purport. In Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, text 2, Lord Krishna says, Evam parampara pratam imam rajarishya vidu sakalena mahata yoganasta parantapa. The supreme science was thus received through the chain of disciplic succession, and the saintly kings understood in that way. In the course of time, the succession was broken, therefore the science as it is appears to be lost. Through the disciplic succession, the royal order was on the same platform as the great saintly person Rajaruchi. Formally, they could understand the philosophy of life, knew how to train the citizen to come to the same standard. In the other word, they knew how to deliver the citizen from the entanglement of the birth and death. When Maharaj Dasarath ruled Ayodhya, the great sage Viswamitra once came to him to take away the Lord Ramachandra and Lakshman to the forest to kill a demon. When the saintly person Viswamitra came to the court of Maharaj Dasarath, the king, in order to receive the saintly person, asked him, Aishtam yat tat punarjanmajaya. He asked the sages whether everything was going on well in his endeavor to conquer the reputation of birth and death. The whole process of Vedic civilization based on the point, one must know how to conquer the reputation of birth and death. Maharaj Rahugana also knew the purpose of life. Therefore, when Jadabharat put the philosophy of life before him, he immediately appreciated it. This is the foundation of Vedic society. Learned scholars, Brahmana, saintly person, and sages who were fully aware of the Vedic purpose advised the royal order how to benefit the general masses, and by the cooperation, general masses were benefited. Therefore, everything was successful. Maharaj Rahugana attained this perfection of understanding the value of human life. Therefore, he regretted his insulting word to Jadabharat, and immediately descended from his palanquin and fell down the lotus feet of Jadabharat in order to be excused and to hear from him further about the values of life, known as Brahma Jigyasa, inquiry into the absolute truth. At the present moment, high government officials are ignorant of the values of life, and saintly person endeavor to broadcast the Vedic knowledge. The so-called executive do not offer their respectful obeisance, but try to obstruct the spiritual propaganda. Thus, one can say that the former king government was like heaven, that the present government is like hell. ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुं श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सगणशिरघुनाथं हितं तं सजीवं तद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपदं सगन रहितां श्री विशाखामितं च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीन बंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुत देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिय। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानं पावनेभ्यः वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णा प्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमती भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much for attending Srimad Bhagavatam class. So, the Srimad Bhagavatam, before we start that, the importance of Srimad Bhagavatam is very paramount, because this is the only way to get enlightened, just like Rahugan is enlightened, which is recorded in Bhagavad Gita, sorry, Srimad Bhagavatam. Similarly, see, this Bhagavatam is full of enlightenment. And once, if we do not hear, then there is a not only chance, there is a sure chance of not going back to Godhead. So therefore, Prabhupada has made it mandatory for every devotee to read Bhagavatam every day, morning 2 hours. Because it is stated in these beautiful verses that by reading this regular reading, what will happen? Sinvatam sadhaya nityam grinantasya suteshtitam kalena tidirgena bhagavan vishte. So Bhagavatam is person who hear Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam regularly, are always taking the matter very seriously, will have the personality of God as Sri Krishna manifested in their hearts within a short time. So it takes long time for the yogi to approach Krishna. Devotee also takes time to take shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord. It is stated in Brahma Samhita, Panthastu koti satavastra sampragame vayu rathapi manasamuni pangavanam swapyasti asti prapadasimniya vichintatva govindamadi purusam tamam. So to approach, it takes millions of time. Even after a yogis, they run, they travel in the speed of mind and light, wind. They cannot. Vayu means wind and light, wind and mind, so fast. Just like if I think of America, I'm in America. How fast? In that speed also, if you try to approach Krishna, we cannot get. But here, by hearing Bhagavatam, we do not need to go. Krishna will come to you. Here it says that Lord Krishna manifested in the heart within the short time. Hearing Bhagavatam means attracts Krishna. Hearing Bhagavatam attracts Krishna. He himself comes. You do not have to approach it. The very, very easiest method that Krishna is approaching her. Therefore, it is said that Sadasevya Bhagavatam Kathaiti Jasya Sravana Matrena Harim Chitam Samsrate. Same thing it is written. As soon as you hear it, the Hari, the Krishna, very much attracted by hearing. Hari Katha attracts Hari. Therefore, Bhagavatam is a regular. Therefore, it is said that by regular attendance in the classes on Bhagavatam. Classes, not lecture. Lecture means today you lecture, college you go. Today you may lecture, tomorrow night some randomly, another time lecture. Class means like school, every day. There is difference between class and lecture. Class means every day. Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Then all abhadra means now we are entangled in this material world due to our abhadra, means we are infected by the modes of material nature. Somebody is mode of goodness, mode of passion, mode of ignorance, then combination and permutation. That will give the 8.4 million species of life. Due to this infection, that means we have got 8.4 millions of infection. Accordingly, we develop this body, diseased. Body means diseased condition. So only way to get out, nasta prayasu abhadresu, this is called abhadra. Abhadra means modes of goodness, infection, mode of passion, mode of ignorance, and combination of both. That abhadra will be go away. Almost means 90%. Then we can transcend to disinfect ourselves so fast. Then go back to God. Therefore, how important Bhagavatam. So on this note, therefore it is said that Bhagavatam is Vaishnavanam Pri. We are putting tilak, kantimala, border dhoti, cotton sari. We are not interested in Bhagavatam. Then how Vaishnava? How we claim that we are Vaishnava? It is said that it's Vaishnavanam Priya. Bhagavatam is Vaishnavanam Priya. Is a favorite things of Vaishnavas. It is stated in this word that Srimad Bhagavatam Puranam Amalam Yad Vaishnavanam Priyam. Jasmin paramansam ekam amalam jnanam paramagiyate tatra jnana viraga bhakti saitam nama naiskramyam aviskritam tat sravanam supatanam vicharam para bhaktya vimuchanena. Here it is stated that this Bhagavatam is the spotless Purana. It is most dear to Vaishnava because it describes pure and supreme knowledge of Paramahansa. It is very dear, most dear to Vaishnava. Vaishnavanam Priya. We do not like to hear Vaishnava means we are not actually Vaishnava. So on this note, therefore, Bhagavatam should be read regularly without fail. And by hearing, what will happen? Who properly hears and chants it with devotion become completely liberated. Whole spiritual knowledge, spiritual wisdom is meant for one purpose. What purpose? How to get liberated from this material entanglement. That is only purpose. That is the core and cardinal purpose. That is the predominant purpose of life. Whole Bhagavatam, whole spiritual knowledge, Gita wisdom, to how to change our atmosphere from material to spiritual atmosphere. It is the aim of all scriptural knowledge. Why for scriptural knowledge? It's giving the direction how to get out. And if you are not accepting direction, this is like a GPS system in a car. GPS system means it gives the direction. Your destination is like this. So if you are not taking the GPS system with us or taking advantages of GPS system, then we cannot reach the destination. We do not know essence. Therefore, this Bhagavatam is a GPS system which will direct or navigate us to get out from this material atmosphere and reach our ultimate destination, Goloka Vrindavan. Therefore, this is a very, very mandatory, compulsory for every devotee who claim to be a Vaishnava, who claim to be a Prabhupada disciple, who claim to be the member of this Krishna consciousness, must hear Bhagavatam every day without fail. Otherwise, there is this very, very, very great chance that we cannot make it. That is the sign of an advancement of devotee, whether he is attending Bhagavatam or not. Prabhupada said. If not attending Bhagavatam class, if you are not hearing, you will be restless. All your chanting, everything will fall. All service will fall. So the hearing is, particularly Bhagavatam hearing, is very, very important. So this is today's actually subject matter is more or less same thing actually. So today we will go back to the verses. So now we are continuing with the conversation with Maharaj Parikshit and Rahugana and Jadabhara. So here it is said that being thus qualified, he heard from Jadabhara's philosophical presentation, which is approved by all scripture. That is very important because hearing is without knowledge. Prabhupada said that in our Krishna consciousness, the first thing is knowledge. The first thing is knowledge. Without knowledge, we cannot claim that I am Prabhupada. Then this thus Gaura Purnima we have celebrated. Gaura Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj said that Gaurami bolite na chale. Gaura bichara Gaura achara. Jani tabe phalapa. So Gaurami means simply saying Gaura Haribol, I am Gaura, I am initiated, I am celebrating Gaura Purnima. That will not help us. That will not allow us to enter into Chaitanya Mahaprabhu movement. Because we should know the Gaura Tattva, Gaura Vichara, Gaura Tattva. Then we can imbibe the Gaura conduct, Gaura Achara. Then we can make successful, our life will be successful. In Krishna consciousness, without knowledge, we will be in a sentimental platform. And sentimental platform is not good. That will sometimes jeopardize everything. We will stagnate it. The philosophy is important. Prabhupada says that in Krishna consciousness, philosophy, knowledge is very important. First thing is knowledge. Otherwise, we do not know how to worship, how to serve. Then everything will be faulty. We cannot advance. Therefore, Lord Shiva said that out of everything, the important thing is the spiritual knowledge, the transcendental knowledge. Beautiful verses. This one very important. Shreyasam iha sarvesham jnanam nishreyasam param. In this material world, there are different type of achievement. Somebody telling that I bought a condo, I bought a Ferrari, I got a bank balance, I got investment. That is not achievement. But all of them achievement of knowledge is considered to be high. Knowledge means transcendental knowledge. Because one can cross the ocean of niche science only on the boat of knowledge. Otherwise, the ocean is impassable. See, without the transcendental knowledge, we cannot pass. It is impossible. It is spoken by the Lord Shiva. So, how important the transcendental knowledge is. And without philosophical things, we become more stagnated. Because Krishna consciousness is not a sentimental provocation. Prabhupada says that it is not an artificial imposition on the mind, neither it is a sentimental provocation. It is based on the philosophy, science, logic. Unless we know that, we will not have a desire, oh, today is Friday, holiday. Why not going to temple? Why not go to see the Lord? Why not here instead of entangled in family life, family in the house, or doing some mundane work? Because we have no knowledge, we do not prioritize. We do not know how to cross the traffic light. We will endanger ourselves. Perfect knowledge. Without perfect knowledge, nobody can be perfect. Nobody can be perfect without perfect knowledge. So it's the same thing also. It is there in different verses. I think here in this verses also it is repeated that transcendental knowledge in relationship with Supreme Lord Hari. Knowledge does not mean that mundane knowledge. Mundane knowledge is meant for livelihood, eating, sleeping, mating, depending. But this knowledge, transcendental knowledge, Bhagavatam, in relation with Supreme Lord Hari, is the knowledge resulting in complete suspension of the webs and willful of the material modes. See, suspend our all this misery, suspends our infection, suspends our modes. We are infected due to the spiritual modes, material modes of nature. We are infected by the modes. That will be suspended. Such knowledge is self-satisfying due to being free from material attachment. Being transcendental, it is approved by authority. Who could fail to be attracted? Who could fail to be attracted? Therefore, Jadabharat, understand the fasting Jadabharat, he did not retaliate. He retaliated with knowledge. That made the Rahugana commit immediately offer obeisances because he understood importance of this. Fasting is here. You hear I'm talking you knowledge because that is important. That will make us. Not the flattering, pro, you are great, that will not help you. Even the person who is giving knowledge, even though he is very harsh or something like harsh means is very, sometimes is very heavy. Still, it is good because bitter the medicine, better the cure. Sometimes the saintly person, they give the knowledge because Prabhupada, sometimes they say rascal, sometimes they complain. No, it is necessary. Bitter the medicine, better the cure. Injection, why injection given? Injection is painful than this pills, but injection given because it will go to vein, it will react, and soon it will. Therefore, it is important. Real friend is not that who is always flattering you, praising you, glorifying. Real friend is really who is enlightening you. Who is enlightening you. Although it appears to be like a doctor, appears to be, oh, he is very inimical. No, because he is curing a patient. He is doing operation. He is doing injection. That does not mean that he is no. He is doing giving all the pains to a patient in order to cure him. Similarly, a saintly person, it is stated very nicely. You should improve. This is a very important verses. Krishna spoke to Uddhava. It is said that an intelligent person should therefore reject all bad association. Instead, take up association of saintly devotee, whose words cut off the excessive attachment of one mind. His word is cut off, excessive. When Vidura, after the Mahabharata war, Vidura came back. And he saw that Dhritarashtra and Gandhari was still there. Dhritarashtra, what is this? You scheme to kill these Pandavas, and now you are shamelessly, you are depending on them like a dog. What is this? Go ahead, no time, go back, go to forest, do some self-realizations. And then all Gandhari, night, dead of the night, without aware of anybody, they left. Vidura, one thing Vidura very nicely told. There may be so many friends who will talk very nicely, but the real friend is who talks nicely, who talks for your nice. He is the right friend. Many friends you will get, they will be very talking nicely, but who talks for your nice, for your benefit. That is the real friend. Vidura told exactly in Mahabharata it is there. So therefore it is very important how the knowledge is important, how the Jadabharat is enlightening the Rahugan. And one more thing important, Prabhupada is very, very fast verses he told. This first thing you know that knowledge is important. Okay. Now second thing we will come to know that way to receive this knowledge. Not any Tom and Dick, Harry you can receive the knowledge. Therefore this second line, the purport, we can go to the purport 5, 10, 15. Now you understand knowledge is important. Knowledge is paramount. First thing is knowledge. Second thing, where to receive this knowledge. You cannot receive anywhere. Evam parampara praptam imam rajarushabhita sakarena mahata jaganasta. Disciplic succession. What is called disciplic succession? There are sometimes disciplic succession means from the master to disciple. How to understand? Just like how you know your grandfather name. Do you know your grandfather name? Anybody know your grandfather name? How you know? From father. Same thing, father to son. How you know the grand? We do not see, but from the father we know. That is Bonafide sources. Grandfather name. Similarly, the disciplic succession, the Vedas, we can know the transcendental knowledge, which is very, very important, as I told you, according to scripture. It is understood by disciplic succession. Then it is authentic. Because in inductive method, it is very difficult. Scientific understanding, scientific method is inductive. Aboharana means they are into inductive, like I am to research. Vedic study already research. We don't have to do anything. Get it. So they are still researching. But in Vedic system, everything is research. We don't have to manufacture everything. Because Veda is coming out from the mouth of Krishna. Veda, Sakshat Narayan. Everything is research. Well, only thing we have to do that, we have to receive it. Just like you have to receive from the disciplic succession. Some people in India particularly, they go and buy a Bhagavad Gita and they read. You see that they do not know anything. For 10 years, 20 years reading, I am reading every day. But they do not know the essence of Bhagavad Gita. Essential part of the Bhagavad Gita. The central point of Bhagavad Gita. Because if you go to a shop, bookshop, buy the medical book, can you become a doctor? You have to go and get admission in medical college. 4 years, not 4 years, medical engineering 4 years, medical is PG, this 6 years, 7 enough. So many things. Then you have to learn, practice. Then only you can know everything. You have to hear from the profession. For a material knowledge, you are going to college. You are hearing from teacher, reader, professors, and get certified for practicing. How you can spiritual knowledge? You don't have to go anywhere, buy the books and no. That you have to affiliated. You have to go to a college where affiliated by the government. There are so many colleges in India and outside India, no affiliation. Sampradaya vina mantra nispala. Proper sampradaya. And evam parampara prapta through the disciplic succession. Without disciplic succession, we cannot understand Bhagavad Gita. You cannot understand science of transcendental knowledge. No question of that. Therefore, even after small children like Hare Krishna Vishnu, they are so many verses they know. They speak, they have this knowledge that even in the Yogi Prabhupada say, one time two big Vedantist came to Prabhupada. Prabhupada said, who is God? Prabhupada, it's not easy to say God in 1 minute on one line. No, Prabhupada, it takes time. There's a child called Saraswati. He called him. I'll give you the toffee. Tell me who is God. God is Krishna. Who is Krishna? Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then they look at this Vedanta, like, no, Prabhupada, this is what this is. This is the conclusion of Vedanta. See how even a small children, because we receive the knowledge from the parampara. We may be child, we may be imperfect, but the knowledge we are presenting is perfect because this is not our knowledge. This knowledge belongs to our spiritual master and comes through the Krishna. Just like a Prabhupada used to give example, small child, if we say that it is a TV screen, he do not know how the TV screen works. But when he say TV screen, it is correct. You cannot say it is not TV screen. Understand? So similarly, our question, we may not be perfect, but whatever the knowledge presented, it is very perfect because it is coming from the discipline. So therefore, the success of our spiritual life to connect it to the discipline success, that is done by spiritual master. He initiated. Initiated means initiated to discipline successor. And discipline successor means discipline conclusion, that knowledge, is transcendental knowledge, which is received through the discipline. Discipline succession means just like I am school, I am going to school, I did admission, fine. Then okay. No, you are going to school, not to admission is a formality, but most important thing is knowledge. You go regularly, hear from the school teacher, that is main thing. So initiation means you are initiated to the discipline. Jai Shri Radha Madan Mohan ki jai. You initiated into discipline succession and to know the discipline conclusion, the transcendental knowledge. Bonafide source. Sometimes also very problematic. Sometimes the discipline succession, but you misinterpret. Then Krishna says, Joganasta Paramtapa. Joganasta means if you are not misinterpreting or manipulating or somehow speculating, that is knowledge. Therefore, our process is Guru Mukha Padma Vakya. Who spoke this one? Huh? Who is the Acharya who has compiled this? Guru Ashtakam. And now Guru Ashtakam, like Partana, Guru Bandhan. Yes, Narottam Das. Guru Ashtakam by Vishwanath. So this is the thing. You must know. Therefore, our disciplic succession, with disciplic succession also we may deviate. We have seen many movements have come out. How they are debating. They are debating. Understand? Ganesh Puja, introducing Ganesh Puja, introducing Holi, introducing Rakhi in the Hare Krishna movement, which Prabhupada never prescribed, never allowed. Right? Why it is happened? They are also disciplic succession. What is wrong? The wrong is the same thing. Guru Mukha Padma Jitete na karyo. Our whole idea to just follow as it is what Guru said. That means we are in a correct discipline. Otherwise, we are in disciplic succession, but you misinterpret, the knowledge is lost. In order to preserve the sanctity of the knowledge, transcendental knowledge, sanctity of the knowledge, we must adhere to the instruction of the spiritual master, life and soul, without any deviation, without any addition, subtraction, multiplication, anything. So that is most important thing. Otherwise, we will introduce all the demigod worship, this worship, that worship, all this concussion will come. Very important point also, disciplic success. Without disciplic succession, there is no question of getting the knowledge. There is no question of getting knowledge. Supreme science was so, but in course of time, the succession was broken, and therefore the science as it appears to be lost. It's not that succession was broken, not that nobody was eligible that time. Eligible people, but misinterpreted. misinterpreted. That is the problem. True disciplic succession, royal order was on the same platform as the great saintly person Raja Rishi. Because this most important thing is that king. Just like Prabhupada today is writing the letter, we have Shikshamrutam, we have heard that how Prabhupada has written a letter to President. President, who is the first president of India? Ah, first I am second, third, forget. First I am asking you. Dr. Rajendra Prasad. So Prabhupada wrote a letter. Why he wrote a letter to President? Because a king is the representative of the citizen. Raja, Rishi, Raja, Raja. Previously they are saintly. And they are, the knowledge is very important. Why knowledge is important? As I showed you, because it stops the wefts and wheels full of cycle of birth and death. So therefore, this knowledge is very, very important. Unless we get this knowledge, the king gets this knowledge, other we cannot. We cannot propagate to all citizens. Because whole idea of human form of life to go back to Godhead. And all these common people, they follow the king. Which verse of Bhagavad Gita say? Which verse? Eh? No. 3, what is that? No, 3, 3:17. Yadat Acharati sister. Check that. 21, yes. Yadat Acharati sister taddad evarat jana evatar jana sayat pramanam kurute lokostat anubartate. So here you whatever the action a great man performs, common men follow. Whatever the standard is set by exemplary act, all the world pursue. We are leader-driven society. Somebody following the Christian Marx, Karl Marx, communist, somebody is capitalist. In this way, we are all leader-driven society. So whatever the leaders say, common men follow. The king is the leader of everything, as Prabhupada written, as a representative of the God. The king. So if king receives this knowledge properly in a parampara system, then he will propagate to this knowledge to all the citizens, so that everybody will go back to God. That is the whole idea. Human form of life is meant to go back to God. That is the whole idea. Atata Brahma Jigyasa, the inquiry. So here it is said that very nice verse. The real problem of life is eating, sleeping, mating, depending. Real problem of life is not our material problems. The science will solve our problem of life, but science cannot solve the problem that is life. Spirituality will solve the problem what is life. Life main problem is repetition of birth and death, which is like a wheel of rolling repeatedly up and down. This wheel, however, completely stops when one in touch with Supreme Personality of Godhead. In other words, by the transcendental bliss realized from the constant engagement in devotional service, one is completely liberated from the material existence. All the learned men knew this. Therefore, my dear friend, O son of Asura, immediately begin meditating, worshipping the Supreme Lord within the heart. So our main problem is the repetition of birth and death. Therefore, the transcendental knowledge is important. Prahlad Maharaj is teaching first to his Asuras colleagues, classmates. Without knowledge, our whole idea of entanglement in this material world due to ignorance, avidya, ignorance, we do not know what is the self-interest because we are covered by Maya. As we turn away from the Lord, Krishna bhuliya jiva Bhagavan Chakare, Maya means forgetfulness of the God or forgetful of the transcendental knowledge. Therefore, it is ignorance only. I do not know how to cross the traffic light. What will happen to me? I will be No. Jail, first of all, hospital, broken and hospitalized. Somewhere in hospitalized. Then after fine and all, hospital. Sometimes die also. No need to go to jail. Fine. Die also. So that is the problem. It is stated by Viswambhar that our main, why the problem is coming, why you do not know, because we are ignorant. Everybody, most of 99% people do not know that what is the real problem of life. They are thinking real problem of life means how to get a citizenship, how to get money, how to become rich. I do not have sufficient money. I want to be rich. I want to get this, all this material pursuit. Due to ignorance, see, due to ignorance, the materialistic person does not know anything about real self-interest, the auspicious path in life. He is simply bound by material enjoyment, by lusty desire. All his plans are made for this purpose, for a temporary sense gratification. Such a person creates a society of envy. Due to this mentality, he plunges into the ocean of suffering. Such a foolish person does not even know about this. See, such a foolish person does not even know about this. That is the problem. 99% people, they do not know what is the purpose of life. Because our society, our friend, our media has painted a secret of success, a standard of success, or milestone of success means material enjoyment, material achievement. But there is a deeper purpose of the life. Bhagavad Gita, spiritual knowledge, Bhagavatam, all the transcendental knowledge reveal the deeper purpose of life. That day, I think Tattva was telling why there is an animal birth. Because unless we are become so much pain, we cannot awaken. Just like unless I am hungry, I cannot appreciate the prasadam very much. Eating. So similarly, unless we are so much materially painful condition, I will not take up this Krishna consciousness seriously. Therefore, it is stated that in Satya Yuga, people likes to come to Kali Yuga. You know why? Because Satya Yuga, everybody is sinless, everybody is self-controlled, everybody pious. They don't think that chanting is a very easy thing. They have to go for 60,000 year meditation. And because they are not helpless condition, hopeless condition like Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga is people are hopeless, helpless, full of hypocrisy, full of problem. Everything there is a challenge. Everything there is objection. Everything there is a quarrel. Everything there is a provocation. Everything is inauspicious. So in this age particularly, people are hopeless, helpless. When you are in hopeless, helpless, when you chant, it will be like really praying God, my please, I am in a very distressed condition. That intensity is more. In Satya Yuga, that intensity is not there. Therefore, people in Satya Yuga, they want to come to the Kali Yuga. Because Kali Yuga, everybody is helpless, hopeless, very disturbed. So whosoever there is praying, they will be praying very seriously, intensely. If you go to 11:5:38 verses, all this written. Because the subject matter is little here, so I am not going there. It's a very good subject matter. Satya Yuga become Kali Yuga, become Satya Yuga by chanting. So due to ignorance only, we do not know ignorance. We do not know. Therefore, intelligent people, they will enlighten. Jada Bharat is a devotee. He wanted to enlighten Raghuvana. This avidya is main whole idea. Therefore, athata brahma jigyasa. Jigyasa is there. Jigyasa means inquiry. The animal also inquiring. What is inquiring? How to sleep, how to eat, how to mate, how to defend. Human being also inquiry is there. But only one special inquiry is there. Human being also inquiring how morning, how to eat prasadam, how to breakfast, how to everything there as same as animal. But one inquiry is highest. Athata Brahma Jigyasa. The same. Athata Brahma Jigyasa. This Brahma Jigyasa to inquiry about the God, absolute truth. That was all. Therefore, Veda is started with this aphorism. Athata Brahma Jigyasa. The starting of Veda means knowledge. The knowledge start with that inquiry. Athata means now you have got human form of life. Now you inquiry. You inquire. Because animal form of life, the 4 inquiry is there. Eating, sleeping, mating, depending. But Brahma Jigyasa is absent. But you have now got the human form of life. You have endowed with sufficient intelligence. Now you inquire. If you do not inquire, then you are like animal. The special privilege, the prerogative that Brahma Jigyasa is absent. That means you are a two-legged animal, polished animal. Vipada Pashu. Therefore, it is very important to inquire. Athat Brahma Jigyasa. And intelligent people, the next verses also it is say that very nice verses. Next verses. Next verses say that Lord Swadev, if someone is ignorant, addicted to path of sansar, how can one is actually learned, merciful, advanced in spiritual knowledge, engage him in furtive activity, thus further entangle him in material existence? If a blind man is walking down the wrong path, how can a gentleman allow him to continue on his way to danger? How can he approve his method? No wise or kind man can allow this. Therefore, Jada Bharat is not allowing king. You are speaking all this nonsense. Now I have to enlighten you. He could have said, no, I know the knowledge. I should keep myself. You say anything. No, you want to enlighten him. A devotee will not allow. He will give knowledge. Therefore, Krishna say, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we say Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu mission is that Amara Agyane Tara, Amara Agyane Guru Tara Ehi Desha. You become spiritual master. Means instructing, not initiating. You become a guru. How you become a guru? Sir, I don't have knowledge. Guru means, who can be guru? Kiva Vipra, Kiva Nesi, Sudra Kene Neha. Oi Krishna Tattva Vita say Guru hai. Who knows the knowledge of Krishna consciousness, he can become instructor to others. But a person says, sir, I do not know anything. How can I become a guru? Simply think. Jare dekha tare kaha Krishna Upadesh. You don't have to be big scholar. We are going to expo. You don't have to be big scholar. You just say, Jare dekha tare kaha Krishna Upadesh. Whatever the teaching of Krishna. Very easy to understand difference between a fake guru and real guru. A real guru always speaking whatever Krishna says. That is simple method. Jare dekha tare kaha Krishna Upadesh. So we can go back to verse. So there is another point also in the verses is there. Very nice point. That is very, very important. So in purport, Prabhupada has written that see how to attend the citizen come to the same stand. In other citizen from entanglement of birth. When Maharaj Dasarath ruled Ajodhya, the great says Vishwamitra. Yes. When Ajodhya, Dasarath was ruling, the Vishwamitra came to bring Ram Lakshman because Tadaka and all think they have to kill the demons with disturbing. So Dasarath is asking, Punarjanma Jayaya, how is your, we are asking, how are you, how is your job? But they are asking, how Dasarath is asking, how is your endeavor to conquer the birth and death going on? Punarjanma Jaya. See, one time Prabhupada, London, somebody asked Prabhupada, how are you? Prabhupada saying, devotees, this kind of how are you is not so much, it's not approved. We do not say how are you. What is there? Ehi bolo, ehi manda saba, manodharma. It is all speculation. It is good, it is bad. Everything is bad. What is good morning? What is the good about this morning? Because in the morning I am losing 1 day of my life. Duration of my life is reduced. Stated in 2:3:17. What is the verse? Ayur harati vai punsam udyam astam chanyasa. So every day, so what is the good about everybody? Good morning, good morning. What is the good about the morning? No, sir, good afternoon. And more time has wasted. Good afternoon. Good evening, good night, more and more we wasted time. So what is the good about the morning when I am nearing to the death and I am not preparing for the death? Therefore, those who are realized soul, they see the Dasarath is asking Punarjanma Jayaya, how is your endeavor to conquer it? How is your, therefore, devotee meets means how is your Krishna consciousness practice going on? How is your chanting going on? How is your reading going on? Whatever you have read, let us discuss. Devotee association does not mean that social talks, gossip, Gramya Katha. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, to follow the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that is real Gaura Punya celebration. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said to Raghunath Das Goswami that bhalo na paribo, bhalo na kaibo, Gramya Katha na sunibo, all this idle talk. Is that, who is that, this devotee, that devotee, that devotee, all this idle, this unnecessary mundane news. These are the things, no. These are the things not prescribed, not favorable for our devotional service. This is detrimental, the stumbling blocks, impeding our progress. So our real thing is discuss. Which verse of Bhagavad Gita say that symptoms of devotee mean they always talk, discuss about. मदचित मदगत प्राण बोधयन्ति परस्परम कथांत च माम नित्यम तुष्टन्ति च रमण. That is devotee association. Devotee association means Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu. 5:12, 12. Rahugana also, the same thing. He told, there is a very nice verse. See, he told this 12:13. So here he is told that Rahugana, same Jadavartha, who are the pure devotee mentioned in an assembly of pure devotee, there is no question of discussing material subject like politics, sociology. In an assembly of pure devotee, there is a discussion only the qualities, forms, pastime of Supreme Personality of Godhead. Is praise, worship with full attention. In the association of pure devotee, by constantly hearing such topic respectfully, even a person who wants to merge into existence of absolute truth, abandon this idea and gradually become attached to the service of that. These are the verses are like nectar verses. We should be always in this man. Pure devotee association means Shravanam Kirtanam. Association means no other. The ideal of politics, sociology. Na. Therefore, here he is asking, the whole idea is to how to compose the. Every day we are, before Bhagavatam, we are reciting one verse. What is that? Narayana Namaskruta Naram Chaiva. Srimad Bhagavatam is the very means of conquest. What is the meaning of that? Simply we recited, you memorize, recited. That's all. Everything we should know the meaning and what. And mood also. Very means of conquest means very means of conquering the birth and death. Punarjanma Jaya. So Srimad Bhagavatam people are nobody there practically. But we should understand that Srimad Bhagavatam is the means of conquest, means of conquering birth and death. That means we are not interested in conquering. We wanted to be rot and rotate in this obnoxious, notorious, nefarious material world, undergoing repetitive birth and death, excruciating, painful situation, birth, death, disease, old age. All are for very, very, already I have spoken that all these things are very painful. Birth, death is very painful. 6, 7, 3, everything is very painful. So here it is said that Punarjanma Jaya, the means of conquest. He asked the sages whether everything was going on well in his endeavor to conquer the repetition of birth and death. The whole process of Vedic civilization based on this point. Period. How to get out from this material entanglement. That is the main purpose of life. Nothing else. Human form of life. This is also nicely spoken by the who spoke? Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj said that the human form of life affords one a chance to return home back to Godhead. Therefore, every living entity, especially in human form of life, I am repeating it, human form of life, 11:9:28, 11:7:22, because this human form of life got a chance, because that inquiring of Tata Brahma Jnana is there. Especially human form of life must engage in devotional service to the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu. So this is the purpose of life. Nothing else would be our purpose. Our purpose is how to conquer the birth and death. We are endeavoring, going to office, coming back night, a whole day, night, working. For what purpose? Material, ameliorating our material condition of life, which is temporary. Why people are going? To get money at the end of the month salary. After salary, change the apartment, change the phone, change the car. All for sense gratification. But all these things we are endeavoring, our whole life we are invested, employed in ameliorating material condition of this is very transient by nature. Economic development will be threatened and thwarted by the material nature. How? This is also very nice. Everything Bhagavatam is full of knowledge. Everything there. Everything there. We have to read very scrutinizingly. One's richest, beautiful wife, female friend, one's son, daughter, one's residence, one's domestic animal like cows, elephants, horses, one's treasury, economic development, sense gratification. Indeed, even the lifetime which one can enjoy, all these material opulences are certainly temporary. I've sent these verses and attached with top 10 richest people in the world. Because it's temporary, flickering. Since the opportunity of human life is temporary, because we are prone to die. We are prone to die. Bhutta bhutta pralyate, whole material world die. We are also prone to die. What benefit can this material opulence give to a sensible man who has understood himself to be eternal? What benefit it will give? All your riches, beautiful wife, children, all this treasury, all this big investment, your properties, your assets, your association, nothing will give you, because everything is transient by nature. Transient by nature. So try to understand. Therefore, punarjanma jayaya. We have to conquer. There's another verses is there very nicely. Since the body itself ultimately meant to become a stool or earth, what is the meaning of paraphernalia related to the body, such as wife, residence, wealth, children, relatives, servant, friend, kingdom, treasuries, animal, minister? They are also temporary. What more can be said about this? Stops. This Prahlad Maharaj stops here. What is this? This is all transient. It's a matter of time. Everybody is bound by the time. A matter of time, you will be lost everything. And we are so much engrossed, so much invested about time, energy in that material. Particularly, devotees should not do that. Devotees should not. This is a problem. In a neophyte level, we are still attached to all this leg Krishna consciousness, that leg is material thing. So we should try to more and more detachment. Without detachment, nobody can go back to Godhead. So this is here how Shastra is telling. Same thing Prabhupada in purport, the Rahugana, he is teaching Rahugana, that you are thinking that I am the king, I have opulences, I am the master, but your position is flickering. That is whole idea. The Jada Bharat impressing upon the Rahugan that, my dear king, you are thinking that you are the proprietor, you are the opulence, you have opulence, you are the king, you are the ruler, but your position is temporary. Tomorrow I may be king, you may be servant. You cannot guarantee that. You cannot maintain the status quo. Whole Bhagavad Gita or spiritual knowledge, Vedas addressing one point. Sir, our existence in a very non-existential atmosphere. Our existence is threatened by this non-existential atmosphere. We have got existential dilemma, dissension, discrepancy. Therefore, first of all, we solve this existential problem. Then only we can solve other problems. That is the whole idea, main idea. Maharaj Rahugana also knew the purpose of life. Rahugana knew the purpose. Therefore, when Jadavan put the philosophy of life before him, he immediately appreciated it. See, that is the thing. People, those who knows, they appreciate. Oh, otherwise they sleep in the class. Appreciated. Oh, this is more important thing. I'm hearing this important. Very appreciate, because they're real thing. So this is my benefit. Benefit. Therefore, he appreciated. No, he talks. Therefore, a sadhu should not be seen. Beard, big beard. All the things. Sadhu should be here. By hearing, immediately he understood he is self-life. Sadhu seeing also, you can deceive. He looks like very nice. All shaving hair, big beard, this, that. In India, all cloth is saffron cloth. You see Baba, sometimes Naga Baba also. No dress also, Naga Baba. Sometimes deceive. It happened in Uttar Pradesh, Varanasi. You went to Varanasi, right? No. You went to Varanasi. In Varanasi, what happened? People go to Ganges na. In Haridwar, Varanasi. Many people go. If you go there, in Haridwar also, that ghat there. What is that ghat? This main ghat, Harikipuri. Ghatpat and Varanasi also the Ganges. People go, they take bath in Ganges. Sometimes they put this pants, shirt, everything, cloth and go back. They're coming back. Some Naga Baba also come, got some people deceived. Some Baba, give me blessing. Because they India in impression, if Naga Baba give blessing, one person is telling, no. No, Naga Baba, what mistake I made? You are not giving blessing. Then he was so much disturbing. Then he is telling, I am not Naga Baba. I put my pants, somebody stole it. So you deceive, So this is the thing. So here it is said that very important to hear. Learned scholar Brahmana saintly person says who were fully aware of the Vedic purpose advised the royal order how to benefit the general masses. And by the cooperation of general masses were benefited. General masses were benefited. Therefore, everything was successful. Maharaj Rahugan attained the perfection of understanding the value of human life. Therefore, he regretted his insulting word to Jadavan. So he realized that this is the human. Therefore, the question answer, whole Bhagavatam is full of question answer. Question answer is very important. This is question answer. Whole Bhagavatam is question answer. You see, there's a verse is there. Whole Bhagavatam is very much into question answer. What is that verse? Forget. The form of Srimad Bhagavatam is given in question and answer. Whole Bhagavatam is question and answer. Thus, the conclusion is established. By hearing this question and answer, one is highly astonished. Everything is question and answer. Bhagavatam opens with the question by the who question? Sages of Naimasarana, 80,000, headed by Sonak Rishi to Sutta Goswami. So then who is asking question? This original Bhagavatam is also based on the question. Parikshit Maharaj is questioning. What is questioning? He is questioning also same thing. You know this verse, very important verse. The starting of Bhagavatam. See these verses also it is say that very nice. You are spiritual master of great sense and devotee. I am therefore begging you to show the way of perfection for all persons, especially for who is about to die. This is the question, especially for one who is about to die. Tell me what is the best thing. Maitra Vidura is question and answer. Vasudeva question and answer. Uddhava and Krishna. Maitra Vidura, Uddhava question. Navajogendra and Nimi Maharaj. Prahlad and actually Yudhishthira Maharaj and Narad Muni. Now Jadavrat Rahugan. Narada Puranjan. So all this question answer. Because this question answer very important. Tata Brahma Jigyasa. Simply you come Panipatena. Panipatena is not sufficient. Tadvidi Panipatena Paripresena means inquiry. You do not just he is my spiritual master, then do not learn anything, do not read his books, do not hear. Then what is this accepting spiritual master? For formality, we should pariprashana, say boya. Three things. Pariprashana is inquiring is there. Why this inquiring is important? A beautiful word. Time is not there. Now this is the inquiry will hold Bhagavatam we can cover with this topic. Vasudeva Katha Prasnam Purusam Trinpunnantihi Bhaktaram Prachakam Sotrim Tatapad Salilam Jatha. This is very important verse. Ganges emanating from the toe of Lord Vishnu purifies three worlds, the upper, middle, and lower planets. Similarly, when one asks question about the pastime characteristic of Lord Vasudeva, Krishna, three varieties of men are purified. The speaker, a preacher, he who inquires, people in general who listen. So this inquiring is very important. But there is nobody inquiring about spiritual master. Punarjanma Jaya. Devotee also meeting, they are not asking what study, what discussion about spiritual master. Therefore, Sukadeva Goswami condemned this kind of thing. If you are not inquiring anything, then what is the use of this? Sukhovasa. See, Sukadeva Goswami, very nice verse, this one. My dear king, your question is glorious because it is very beneficial to all kind of people. The answer to this question is prime subject matter for hearing. It is approved by all transcendentalists. See, The question how much appreciated. Even the question by Sonaka Rishi is also appreciated. It's very beautiful. O sages, I have been justly questioned by you. Your question are worthy because they relate to Lord Krishna. So are of relevance to the world's welfare. Only question of this sort are capable of completely satisfying the self. See how important. And if we are blind to all these things, we do not want to hear, question everything, then what will happen? This will happen. Sotlabadini Rajendra Ninnam Santi Sahasa Apasyatam Atma Tattvam. Apasyatam means blind. Apasyatam Atma Tattvam Griya Sugriya Medina. If you do not hear Krishna Katha, do not inquiry like Rahugana and Jadabharat, what will happen? Those persons who are materially engrossed, being blind to the knowledge of ultimate truth, have many subject matter for hearing in human society. That is the thing. If you do not want to come to the temple, you do not want regularly Bhagavatam, what you will do? You will hear from your wife or husband, from children. That's all. Maya in the form of all the things. So there is therefore very important this hearing, inquiring about what is human form of life. This inquiring is this knowledge, transcendental knowledge is very important. And you have to get it by inquiring and hearing. That is most important thing. So therefore last we will finish with this last ending part, the purport. Apasyatam Atmatam, blind. People are not interested. So here Prabhupada writing purport. Yes. Then so after hearing from Jadabharat, Rahugana immediately descended from the palanquin, fell down at the lotus feet of Jadabharat in order to be excused, to hear from his father about the values of life known as Brahma Jigyasa, inquiry about the absolute. Very important. We always eager to hear. That is eagerness. Eager to hear, that is main thing. Laulyam, that laulyam is starting from eagerness. Greedy to hear. I wanted to hear. At the present moment, high government officials are ignorant of the values of life. When saintly person endeavor to broadcast the Vedic knowledge, the so-called educated do not offer the respectful obeisance. It is very important. Forget the verses. This jnani, the knowledge. A person is not senior by age, by knowledge. The Brihaspati's son, this example is given this in Bhagavatam. This Sukadev Goswami. When Sukadev Goswami came, who are there hearing? Narada Muni, Parasara, bigs. Even this Brihaspati's son, forget his name. Everybody was getting up because he was senior. He has been appointed after Brihaspati is appointed to do Indra demigod because he was knowledge. Seniority by knowledge, not seniority by age. Seniority by transcendental knowledge, not this mundane knowledge. That is the whole idea. So therefore, Rahugana, although king, he understood Jadabharat. He is equipped with transcendental knowledge. Immediately descended from the palanquin and offered presents. But nowadays, nobody cares for saints. They are begging burden of the earth. They are all people, why you are not working? Why this one? Why doing all your duty? Why you are just begging alms? All the sannyasi going to beg alms, how they have been criticized by, they do not know that they are not begging because they want something. They are begging for your benefit, to bless you. And moreover, our main duty is not this material duty. Our main duty is Krishna consciousness. Main duty is Krishna consciousness. Punarjanma Jaya. Without Krishna consciousness, nobody will be Punarjanma Jaya. So thus one can say that formerly king government was like a heaven, that present government. Previously this Rajarushi was there. So they understood that Rahugana is Rajarushi. They immediately understood here is a person, self-realized person, descendant. So our seniority is not by your post, not by your age, by transcendental knowledge. How much you are advanced in Krishna consciousness. There's a beautiful verses. No time. Otherwise, in Chaitanya Chaitamrita, there's a conversation between Raya Ramanand Roy at the Godavari. He's telling, what is the best glory? Who is the glorious, most glorious? To answer this, Rai Ramananda say the devotees are most glorious. Among all glorious things, devotees are in Sisi Adi 8 somewhere. So it is there. So therefore it is important. When you are devotee means you are more glorious. Here the king himself is descendant. And Jada Bharat looks like a madman, dumb, deep, not deep, dumb, like this. But king descendant. Why? The transcendental knowledge. Previously, those who have Krishna high, they are advanced in Krishna consciousness, they were glorious. They are in the highest position. That was the thing. That was Vedic under Vedic system of seniority, Vedic system of honoring. That is the thing. So with the last verses, we will end it. Beautiful verses from Narada Muni. We will end with this beautiful. The real interest of the living entity is to get out of the nescience that causes him to endure repeated birth and death. That is our real interest. That is the purpose of life. Punarjanma Jaya. It's a beautiful verse, important verse. The only remedy, what is the remedy, sir? Now I understand what is the purpose of life. This is the aim of life. A remedy means the only remedy is to surrender to the Supreme Personality Godhead through his representative. So Rahugana is not directly approaching Krishna through Jada Bharat. So through his representative, we cannot directly approach, bypass Acharya. Unless one render devotional service unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead Vasudev, one cannot possibly become completely detached from this material world, nor can he possibly manifest real knowledge. That's the period, that's the end. Unless we engage in devotional service, we cannot. And for that, we have to get the real knowledge through the Guru. Then we can engage in devotional service. Then only we can stop this. We can go back to God. That is whole purpose of this purport. I mean, the meaning of the purport. The real interest of living entity to get out from this nescience and go back to God through his representative. Rahugana is representative. This one representative of the Supreme Lord Jada Bharat is enlightening the King Rahugana for the benefit of everyone. Those people, those kings are Prabhupada last word. They were very Rajarushi. They are intelligent people. They understood. But now, Murkha, if you give advice to a foolish person, he will get angry. Chanakya Pandita say that. Upadesa, if you give the advice to Murkha, what will happen? Upasandana Santa, he will not Santa. He will become anger. So that is the thing. So thank you very much. We will end this Bhagavatam class. We will discuss on these notes. Anybody has question, any doubt, any comment?
Even though how concentrate knowledge is important, still why they are not getting interest on that? Even though they are hearing repeatedly.
Even though we are
hearing repeatedly about it, why they are not getting interest?
Interest, nice. First of all, there is I will tell you 2 verses is there. First of all, how to read it is a probable thing. 1 to 16 also very nice verses there. So it says Sushrusha Sadadhanasya Vasudeva Katha Ruchisan Mahat Seva Vipra Punya Tirtha Nivasana. Why you are not getting the taste of hearing? O twice born says, by serving the devotee, you are completely freed from vice. Great service is done. By such service, one gains affinity for hearing the message of Vasudeva. The affinity is not there because we have to engage in the service of the spiritual master. Then we will get that affinity. Follow the regulative principle, whole regulative principle to develop our attachment or hearing of the Lord. And how we have to hear also in this verse is there. This is first thing, that this is the important. Why we are not getting the taste. So we have to follow the rules and regulations. And NOI also 7, it is say that a person is jaundice, we are jaundice patient. So immediately we will not taste it. It is still sweet also, it will be bitter for a jaundice patient. As we cure, proportionately, the taste will be bitter to sweet, slowly, slowly. Similarly, the hearing is very sweet. It is very, what we say, nectar. Tava kathamritam tapta jivanam, amrita, this nectar. Gopis say that your talk, my Lord, is amrita. But why I am thinking it is why I taste is a poison? Because I am now avidya, infected by avidya, ignorance, disease, jaundice condition. So slowly, slowly, and keep on hearing, we will get it. Also, engage in the service, Susrusa Sadhana. And how you are also, how you hear also, that is the second part. That is there. How you have to note down everything, like a study, hearing, supathanam, then vicharanam paro, contemplative. It's not like this Vedic wisdom is not like information, exercise your brain to collect information. No, it's not analytical. It is reflective. It is contemplative. It is profound. It is inspiring. It is insightful. It's not like just information. Oh, I got some information. No, it is reflective. How to act on this. Arjuna never think that it is exercise of information. No, I have learned all the information Bhagavad Gita. No, he acted. He was declining to fight. Then he is ready to fight. That means he acted. Immediately he acted. Therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu coming to show the practical Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is theoretical. People don't hear. Practically, then Mahaprabhu came out of his mercy, showing that how can you practically surrender to Krishna by chanting Hare. So practical. That thing, hearing process will come more and more. You hear more. You association of devotee very much. Sususa sadadhanasya Bhagavat Vasudeva Katha Ruchi. That Ruchi means taste will come. That when you associate with it. We are not, if we are always with the house, then how can you develop? More and more you associate with devotee, like-minded devotee, those who are really interested in Krishna Katha, then we have opportunity to hear. More and more you hear, more you develop. Bhaktya sanjayate bhakti. Bhaktya sanjayate. With bhakti we can develop further bhakti. With hearing, develop further hearing. But association of devotee in a service mode, in a very humble, not challenging. I know, no, I should not know anything. Guru maro murkha jani karilo sasana. Vedantare tava nahi avasa. Chaitanya himself saying, I am a fool. We should be pranipata means pranipatena seva. Pranipata means like a slate, blank. You are blank. I don't know anything. Then only you can receive knowledge. If you say I know something, then this is another problem. Pranipatama, I don't know. Then we receive the knowledge. Then knowledge, then the association of duty, hearing. And another I will give you why it will not give pleasure. That is another verse. Satang prasangam mamavira samvida bhavanti hitkanna rasayana katha. The rasayana, the taste is not there. Why? This is giving here. Answer is. In the association of pure devotee, discussion of the pastime and activity of Supreme Personality of Godhead is very pleasing and satisfying to hear. We to hear Prabhupada. Prabhupada books are here. Here, of course, to devotees, here Prabhupada also books. Hear and heart. Pleasing in association of devotee. If you want to hear yourself, you will lose the taste. You will not get taste. You try. You hear yourself. You read yourself without discussion, without hearing classes. You cannot. You cannot. Like when you are Tattva Prabhu giving class, where anybody giving class, or Venugopal Prabhu. So we know something which you do not know. So when I am speaking, this angle you may not know how I am speaking, how I am quoting this one. So you should hear and hear. Hear means hear from the main point, essential point. You know. Have more and more hearing, discussing about this thing, different angle Prabhupada say, but with association of devotee. Satang prasangam mama veera samvida. Then only this Harikatha become very realizable. It is realizable, most of us, because our taste is not there. Taste is not there because we are in ignorance. Therefore, how to get the taste? More and more you hear. More you hearing means more you associate with devotees, those who are always talking about Krishna. That's all. Then we will have opportunity to hear. That is whole idea. Same thing, Rupa Goswami say that now my chanting, I am got disease. My chanting is not proper. Then keep chanting. The medicine is the same thing. Keep eating, although bitter. That is also medicine. No, hearing no taste, but that is also medicine, sir. Keep hearing, you will develop the taste for hearing. Yeah. So taste. That's why you keep on here chanting. The solution is given. Keep on chanting. You can get taste. Keep on hearing. You can get taste. But how can you hear without Krishna, without devotee association? Without devotee association, where is the hearing? Where is the hearing? Krishna said to Uddhava. See, these verses are so beautiful. Bhagavatam. What is not there in Bhagavatam? Oh, greatly fortunate Uddhava. In the association of such central devotees, there is a constant discussion of me. Those partaking in the chanting and hearing my glory are certainly purified of all sins. This is the thing. This by association of devotee. Because this association only you can. Whoever hears chant. No, 30 is no, this is 28 only. 28 only. 28 only, this is verses. He says that Mahabhagavatam, Sambhamati hi nennam. Sambhamati means it is possible. Hearing is possible with association of devotee. Without association, where is the question of hearing? Can I go to a grocery shop to hear Krishna Katha? No. I cannot go to grocery shop and hear Krishna Katha. I cannot go to Mustafa and hear. I cannot go to the flower shop and hear something. I have to go to a devotee to hear. Association is very, very important. Then we can develop more and more. You get a chance. Thank you very much. Mantrasam Bhavatam ki jai. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Jai Srila Prabhupada.